So hey everybody, welcome to D&D Infinite Possibilities with the SMG. We're currently testing sound, I believe, possibly.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm rejigging some stream stuff.
Rambling on. Alrighty then.
I mean, isn't that D&D in a nutshell?
I mean, no, this would be D&D in a nutshell. Help. I'm D&D and I'm in a nutshell.
Oh, God. He was going to do that and no one stopped him.
I know, right?
It's a funny joke every time.
Yep.
Oh, so our sound good, Mr. Engineer person thingy?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So,
although Scott's still trying to get...
yeah, we're on it. Don't worry. Carry on. Everything's good. No one will notice a thing.
Notice what?
And Scott's watching us.
Oh,
on
nice. Nice. It's like an infinite paradigm thing shift.
Pretty much.
Paradigm.
Paradigms.
Paradox.
So, who would like to tell everybody at home where we are at and what we are doing and what we know?
I'm at my house. Who are we, Jesse?
We are Saturday Morning Gaming. I already said that. If everyone introduce yourselves.
We're the Saturday Morning Gamers. I am Jordan,
Yes.
or JKU390 from TrueFriendsGaming.
Yeah,
We also have two other TrueFriendsGaming people here.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm Kevin. Yay!
Well done, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Kevin, I'm Kyle.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What you?
That's good. What you said. Yeah, I mean that's we did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You said two other people from TFG, and we said our names.
Yeah.
They're so used to the TFG lineup of going down the line and just saying the name and being done. They're well trained.
And then
Yeah,
there's
a bit.
Scott.
That's me.
Hello. He's got his
All
own
right.
team.
So, guys, where are we at? What are we doing? When someone fill everybody in at home, or fill
We're in a
yourselves
giant
in
treasure trove where we're receiving all kinds of riches and gold for
and
how good we
blowjobs
are.
from
and blowjobs.
women.
Yep.
I believe we're inside of a book.
Okay, just you're getting lost in a good story.
Yeah, but not just any
Yeah.
story. DuckTales. We're in Scrooge McDuck's vault,
Woo!
getting blowjobs. From
Getting
Duck.
blowjobs from dogs.
From Huey, Dewey. No, I didn't say that.
No. Whoa.
No.
I don't want anything to do with that.
We
Scrooge McDuck.
we
All right, so we're in a book.
we found someone
Reading Rainbow.
Someone made a book that created universes, we think. We don't really know. We found the book through some ingenious work on all of our behalfs. And we found the return book and the cipher that all happened to be hidden in the same place, pretty much. And then we jumped into the book.
Yeah,
That's
we
pretty
turned
much
to
it.
the Playboy section.
Now
But we messed up. It
now
was
we're
on
all-
one of the...
Now we're all fluffers.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was the wrong...
Yeah.
We're just like in one of the ads.
Yeah.
Like on a watch ad.
Yeah.
Did we
All
miss
right,
anything?
so-
Did we miss anything out of your amazing story?
I think you got it all. I don't remember much of the story anyway, so I
Nor
don't
do
know.
we.
Plus, we don't really know where we are because you didn't tell
Right.
us. We're just like in an area where there's grass, a town out in the distance, there was a forest, and you can kind of see a small, quaint area that's like a plains. That was basically how you described it to us.
Yeah, that's basically what you see. It's little bit after, midday, so you got a little bit of the day ahead of you, but it's getting towards evening. It's a beautiful day out, very nice and
Hey,
sunny,
hey.
and
It's a beautiful morning.
It's a beautiful
Birds
day
are
in the
chirping.
neighborhood.
you hear some woodland creatures kind of at your back in the forest, and yeah, what are we gonna do, guys? The world is your oyster, or at least this world and this pleasant valley.
My character is now immediately fighting the urge to hunt said woodland critters.
I put my
Or befriend them.
I put the books all in my bag to keep them nice and safe.
Okay,
Does the
Yeah.
portal book go invisible?
you have no idea. You could ask them, I
Can I-
suppose.
No, the book that I had, I've got we jump. Oh no, it's back in the thing. I see. Okay, I put the other two books in my bag and I guess start wandering towards the town.
Okay. Is that what everybody wants to do? I mean, he starts wandering towards the town. How about
I'm
that?
just kind of following him.
Yes.
Yeah, I will too.
All right. So it's definitely a ways away in the distance. It's probably going to take you might make it there before nightfall. You might have to camp out. But yeah. So you guys start walking?
I don't camp.
Does
everything look the same as our own?
Like our trees blue.
Yeah.
And
no, everything is exactly like it would be in your world. The grass is still green. The breeze still smells the same as breeze. And
we're getting all the same senses that we would anywhere else. Like the gravity doesn't feel any different.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
The only difference is in this universe, Pop-Tarts never got invented.
Oh man, that's a horrible universe.
Yeah, that's been my breakfast every morning since I was 4.
It's like the only thing different. You came up with Pop-Tarts.
So essentially, this is No Man's Sky.
Worst graphics, though.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, it can't be No Man's Sky because we all see each other,
and and potentially there's stuff to do.
Can we get to the center?
I mean, maybe.
Okay, I'm going to start walking, and I'm going to admire my staff whilst I'm doing so.
Very nice.
You heard?
I also admire said staff.
It's pretty big.
It's about
10, pretty big.
10 feet long, I'd say.
It's one of the bigger ones I've seen.
Have a sniff. Have a sniff at the end. It smells like rat.
Something more than that.
You're gonna lick it a little.
Do you two need it a couple minutes? I mean,
no, it shouldn't take that long.
I knew a guy named Gandalf back in college. His staff was way bigger than this.
Yeah, but did he know how to use it?
We just left the college, idiot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm walking towards the town, and I'm going to whistle a happy tune.
It's a good whistling type of day, you know. It's very nice out. You start getting closer. The hills and the nice grass make for pretty good, easy travel. You know. If anyone wants to do a perception check, I suppose go for it.
Nah, I'm too busy whistling.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm too busy listening to the whistle.
I would like to do
Whoa, that was a crazy whistle. It's like you're playing slots.
That is a crazy whistle. Wow. I wish I knew how to whistle like that.
I wish I knew how to whistle.
I forgot to put my phone aside.
Scott, what race is your character again?
Half elf.
White.
All right. And as we're walking, Sorran, in your head, in Elvish, you hear, "Don't be frightened, Sorran. It's Uki."
Oh, okay. Yes. I thought we were getting a new DM halfway through. I just took over.
I guess you're not the only one keeping secrets.
My whistle kind of just carries on in one note. Just while I'm listening.
One of my language proficiencies is also Elven.
Yeah, but this was in my head.
That was it.
Unless you've got your ear to my ear, you're not hearing this.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the languages I also know is Elvish, so...
I'm just going to turn around and kind of a curious glance towards him.
Yeah.
I know Elvish.
Mine, I'm going to say, mind telling me how you managed to locate the book?
Can I talk back to him? I don't know how this works.
I've
never practiced this skill. I say that out loud.
You gotta roll for that.
I say it out loud, trying to talk back in my head. Okay.
I'll say in your head, just think in your mind what you want to say.
I say Peter Piker picked a pick of peppers.
You failed that really bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
-2 on the intelligence.
Yeah, all right. Interesting. That still doesn't answer the question of how you.
Sorry, what was the question?
How you found the book?
Truth be told, the man who murdered the barman dropped it when he teleported, as he would. So he is in wherever we are, somewhere, I assume. Unless he went to a different page, I don't really know how this works.
Right, but I mean, we searched for the book and none of us could find it. Was it?
We didn't really search in the bar. He dropped it
Did we
on the
not?
table in the bar, and none of us looked.
Nope. Not a single person.
We also all got like 2s and 4s.
Yeah. But nor did the guards. So,
Yeah.
But I thought before telling everybody, and more of us knowing that we had the book, I thought it was best only one person having that knowledge while we were being questioned.
I can see that. I agree.
And now look where we are. I mean, we're basically home. Just a different home.
Yep.
I expected more, I'm going to be honest with you.
What, from me or?
No, from this place. I just wanted something a little bit different. It's been a bit dull so far. I just realised that I've stopped whistling. And I just start whistling in my own head.
I like to think he just stops walking and like he starts trying to think really hard, so he just stops mid walk.
Yeah.
So
Is he like a
I'm gonna cut the telepathy. I'm gonna tell Sorran that.
Does it hurt him?
Over and out, Kimosabi.
Hello?
It's like a scissor.
Hello?
You hear dial tone.
Just hear it echo.
Yep.
Person you have reached.
Doesn't want to speak to you anymore. You
If
weirdo.
you'd like to leave a message at the tone. All right, so
This
you're getting.
person's inbox is full.
This person has a message machine that has not been properly set up.
This person's memory is full.
This person is a proud. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's something I learned when we leveled up to level 2. Is I get on telepathy.
How to exclusively talk to Sorran.
Yeah.
I did hear actually people saying that I don't talk enough in these things, so any more opportunity.
Can it literally just be like? Can it literally sound like a shitty dial-up connection?
No. What happens is when I talk to somebody, is they hear their native language, and then when they talk to me, I hear. So Sorran heard me talking in Elvish.
Okay, but who's
I hear Sorran talking
like it's on
in Primordial.
You'll hear like that slight buzz we always heard.
Kevin just wants whenever you call them to be dial-up sound effects.
Yeah.
But I want it to be dial-up sound effects that are out loud, so everybody knows the call is happening.
Well, you can't hear the call, but it's a rotary phone, so you hear the.
It's like every time Kyle's like building.
Kyle, we know you're calling somebody.
No.
Oh,
that wasn't.
We're sorry.
I think somebody else's. I think Matt's phone did that too. Every once in a while.
I do not miss those days.
Yeah.
Rotary phones are amazing.
I mean,
it's an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't back then. That was the only choice.
Well, nowadays it's aesthetic. Yeah. Just like getting a keyboard that looks like a typewriter.
Just like I miss the old like cartoon style of whatever people pick up instead of talking, it's just like, and that was it. Like they don't do that anymore. Hello?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like a lot of
cuts to the other side. There's just somebody on the other side.
It's like a lot of like they only do that for like a lot of explanation at one time. It's like, oh, there's a kitten up in this stuck in a tree,
and your house is on fire.
And they're stuck down a well.
Come on, Jesse, get on with it.
Yeah. Every single time. All right, so you're getting closer to the town now. It is kind of getting dark out. If you push, you might make it by nighttime. Or you could camp out.
I think we could either push or we could camp out. What do you think,
I would much rather sleep in a bed.
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But we don't know what to expect. I mean, we've got two problems here. We don't know what the wildlife is like. Have we seen any of the wildlife while we've been walking?
Well, you've been walking on grasslands, plains. No one really made any perception checks when I asked, so you haven't seen any. There hasn't been any big wildlife. There's no like wild cats roaming the fields or anything.
Hey,
I mean, I
said
have,
wild. You're domesticated.
I have two. I have two problems here.
Is he really domesticated if he lived in the wild as a hermit?
Yeah, I live in the wild.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Domesticated himself.
Does anyone have a high? Why don't anyone could give me either a history or nature check, whichever is higher. I would say. Because as you're getting closer to the town, you can kind of start making out more distinct.
Yeah, we can. Oh. Well, luckily, my nature is +4.
14.
But I'm gonna roll a 1, so it doesn't matter.
You were close.
You were close.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Did you say history or nature? Is that what you said?
Yes, that is what I said.
Bunny bread.
Sorran got the highest.
I think mine are zeros.
Yeah.
You still got the highest.
History zeros, nature 0.
All right. Well,
you're still your highest, yeah.
You still got an 18.
I got 13.
Which is, anyone who got over 15, which I think is only Sorran, will realize that the way the houses are built, they're kind of hut-like, made with
like Jabba.
You know, yes, exactly. No, made with.
They all look like Jabba the Hutt.
Kind of made crudely with sticks and mud and things like that. It's very reminiscent of, say, goblin dwellings type of deal.
A hole?
No,
a
these
pile
are
of dirt.
Kind of pile of dirt with like some sticks to reinforce the outside. You know, it's very.
They look like anthills.
I relay that information to these fellas, and I go on to say we don't know what the wildlife is like if we camp out. We don't know what the locals are like if we go to the town. I would suggest we take our chances with the wildlife, recuperate, revitalize, and go ready tomorrow morning.
But if we didn't meet locals, I wouldn't have met you.
And you should never.
You also met us in a bar fight.
I would not have made friends.
You should never talk to strangers to start off with until you think they are nice
our
strangers.
First
how do you meet people?
You don't,
I agree.
Ever.
Our first meeting was literally we were punching a guard.
Well, you
bar
weren't.
fight.
You weren't. You were.
Well, you made him shit himself.
You tried to touch it.
You did touch it.
While I'm doing
he also
that,
smashed a pole through
While
a
I'm doing that,
window.
I'm getting out my bedroll.
Just right there out in the open.
Yeah.
Huh?
I set mine up next to Sorran.
I'm not very good at this camping, malarkey, or survival.
I curl into a ball at Scott's or at the Sorran's feet.
That's okay. My survival is +1.
I'm gonna say for the sake of it, we moved closer to the woods.
You were about to say we all huddle up together.
No. You know, instead of being like out in the open on the walkway.
I think out in the open's better for us.
Well, are you guys gonna have a watch, or are you gonna just go the hell to sleep? What are we doing?
Do we need a campfire, or can Kyle do it for
Are you
us?
doing a campfire?
Paul's like already like cuddled up next to Sorran at this point.
I mean,
if you find wood,
just got out my bedroll,
and I jumped on it.
I just wondered if Kyle could be the campfire.
We're standing up, and I'm cuddling with you.
Oh man!
Wow.
You're like one big weird family.
Don't worry, this happened last
weird.
last camp.
Yeah.
This happened in Dremerion Tales too.
Okay. Are we trying to move this bedroll with the cat on to the woods, or are we staying here?
Keep in mind, I'm still like cuddling.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
He's just talking to Kyle, and the rest of us are smashed against him.
I just sit down.
If you were to battle, would you get disadvantage?
I just sit down and say, I'll take the first watch.
He would just get hit. There's no. It's like you're all clomped on him, and he couldn't move his arms.
Or we could be a shield.
Yeah, or the Sorran get all of her AC values.
But you guys take the damage. All right, so Sorran's gonna take first watch. Everyone else is.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to make a campfire or not?
Nah. How hot is it?
How hot?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's very mild.
How hot is fire?
So we're not going to freeze to death, because the main thing with a fire at this point is if we're right by a town, they're going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try and
What, do we make a bonfire?
Try and remain hidden as best we can out in the middle of the open, being hugged by a weird man and having a cat lay on my feet. Okay, I'll take the first watch.
All right.
Sweet dreams, everybody.
All right. Perception rolls, Mr. Scott. Mr. Popular today, apparently.
How many perception rolls?
He's always popular.
Just one. Just
all of them.
It's not bad.
I think I did it.
All right. Well, you're close enough to the town to notice like the goings on in the town. It does look like there's like fires in the town, say campfires or something like that.
Sounds dangerous.
It seems like things have gotten somewhat peaceful in the town. You know, people have gone off to bed and stuff like that. Looking around the rest of the plains, you don't really notice too much wildlife coming out or anything. There is very far in the distance, it looks like a herd of animals, but it almost looks like domesticated animals, maybe cows or bison or something like that. But you can't tell from this distance, unfortunately. It's just some sort of animal.
I would like to get out the cat's magnifying glass.
Okay. No. You're gonna have to if he's fighting. It's a strength contest.
Well, he's gonna have to.
I was joking. I was joking.
Yeah.
But now I see a challenge.
Yeah, right.
No,
Much I said, he just has to pickpocket it out.
No, that's all right.
You do notice one particularly odd light. It looks like it started kind of near the town. Almost looks like a torch or something. Like just a small fire, but you do notice it moving through the plains. Not necessarily headed towards you, just kind of in a haphazard direction.
Aliens.
Could be.
It's kids playing.
How far away is said light?
Now probably, I don't know, I'm not good with distance. Let's say
8 centimeters.
500 feet.
75 miles.
Yeah, far enough to be that you can't tell what the source of the light is.
Okay.
And
has it in any point come closer to us? Or has it always been roughly that kind of distance?
The world's brightest flashlight.
You kind of can't tell. It looks like it's kind of been around the same distance.
Did you say the world's brightest flashlight?
Flashlight.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was going to say, no wonder.
Get your mind out of the gutter, bro.
Running around with it. Like a cowboy.
Just lighting things up.
Like he's on a rodeo bull. Okay. I am going to... I take it that's towards the end of my shift?
It's kind of throughout. You know, okay. It just kind of wanders around.
It comes back.
If it gets closer, I'm going to wake the others. If not, I'm going to sit here and keep watching.
Gets to be about the end of your shift. And
okay. I'm going to try and wake Uki up using my mind.
It doesn't work that way.
Roll a... Would it be wisdom or intelligence? Roll a wisdom.
I don't think that's something you can physically do.
I don't know that.
He gets a natural 20. That's the only one that's going to happen.
Yeah. What am I rolling, sorry?
Wisdom? 21 on a 20.
Yeah.
Wisdom 13.
You concentrate very, very hard, and you almost feel like you've got it, like you've mastered it. And then there's nothing.
I hit him with the stick. I hit him with the end of the staff.
For some reason, you have a half chub.
But I hit him with the end of the staff while doing that and thinking, wake up.
His nose starts to bleed.
And he wakes up when you do that. Wake up. And you see him. Uki, you wake to Scott's character, focusing pretty darn hard. And then he pokes you with a stick.
I tell him about the light. And then I spoon
Apollo smiles.
Very nice. Okay. Cool. Kyle.
I roll over into
but
his legs.
but with my staff between us.
Wait, Sorran's a little spoon, right?
Ha! Ha!
No, you guys are pointing towards one another.
Yeah.
It's a double dip.
We're
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
We're like 69ing.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, if you're laying that way, nothing can accidentally slip in. Duh.
Yeah, but now his head's also by my anus.
Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I mean, in
That's
real life.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So we can dream about this moment.
Right.
Dream. So Kyle, I need a perception check from you as Scotty Boy is very comfortable and oddly enough falls asleep almost right away.
Oh,
Nice. Best roll.
that was so close to being a 16. I
I was so close to being 16, 17, or 19.
And 1.
So what's the total with that?
4. I'm looking at the oddity that is Sorran and the rest.
Yeah, and as you're watching the cuddle party that is formed in Sorran's bedroll, you lose track of the little flame that was around.
Also get jealous.
You don't really. It's kind of dark, and like you said, you were distracted a little bit, so you don't really see much of anything. Nothing odd really happens.
I wake up in the middle of the night feeling like this stony hand brushing my hair off my face.
It could have been us.
Sleep, sweet prince.
Why do I feel like my game has turned into like a bad?
I feel like your game has turned into Brokeback Mountain.
Some fan fiction shit going on.
Yeah, we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Only
Hey,
I literally just watched something about it.
The only one that's
Just
doing
found out what
stuff
that was.
is Kevin. My character's a cat person. I assume they would do cat-related things.
Yeah, but my character always does the weird stuff.
And
Yeah,
I had
it's
to
true.
sleep on my bedroll, which he was on.
It's just weird because Scott is playing along with it a little bit.
Sorran had to sleep in his bedroll, which Kevin is already in.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a guy gonna do, right?
Yeah, I don't have one. I have a Dungeoneer's pack instead of an Explorer's pack.
I mean, you could probably use mine. I think I have a bedroll.
Nah.
He's way too comfortable.
So, is anyone on next watch, or does Kyle take the rest of the evening?
It's up to Kyle if he wants to wake one of us up.
I'd be up to him. If he trusts Kevin or me, we don't want.
Yeah. I'll wake Earth up.
He'll wake Sorran up again.
I was gonna say, do not wake me up again.
Yeah, I'll wake Earth up, and I'll tell him that there's a light that's kind of wandering around.
No, he's gonna
the
change
village.
I
it.
immediately change.
Oh no!
I tell him.
He's gonna abandon.
I'll tell him
watch.
don't go after it because it could be dangerous.
I immediately stop and I return back to where he is.
It's like an NPC resetting.
All right, so Kyle, you going off to Betty by land? How are you sleeping this evening away?
He gets on the other side of Scott.
That's why I asked. We need details.
Yeah, I'll go back to bed.
Your bed? All right, so that
Or you know what? Actually, no. I'll stay awake. I'll be like leaned up against like a tree or something.
okay.
Leans on a nearby wall.
Then I need the two of you to do perception checks.
I wait till I think he falls asleep and I immediately curl back into a ball. It's no perception. I got sweet roll. That's my perception.
Wow,
Nice.
Wow.
that was almost a 19 that time.
Jordan's having all sorts of problems because there isn't a corner of the room that you
Yeah.
can sleep in.
Yeah.
He's freaking out and everything.
I got a 7 total.
It's like when cats get like sensory overload, they just like fucking dart.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's very much looking for that light because he's interested in it. And Kyle, you're distracted by his weird jerky actions.
Yeah,
and it keeps,
my weird jerky
catching your eye, so it's like it's throwing you all off. So unfortunately, no one notices when kind of right in between the two of you is a little ball of fire.
Goodness gracious.
And I would have probably chased it.
It's lit.
Yeah.
So you guys both kind of look down, and there's a little ball of fire sitting right in between the two of you.
I stare at it, and in my mind, it's just kind of reciting over and over where Uki told me not to go near it. It might be bad or dangerous, and I'm fighting the urge to chase it.
I'm gonna I'll do an Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, that's 16.
It looks almost like it almost looks like it's alive and moving. It kind of almost reminds you of like the fire elementals you've seen various places, but smaller, almost baby-like.
I'm gonna say hello in Primordial.
As soon as you say a single word, it bolts off, goes running kind of towards the woods.
Should pounce after it.
Are you gonna?
I just attempt to dive at it, but it's gone. I'm sure. I don't chase after it. I try and pounce it where it was.
Do a dex.
Do a pounce check.
Yeah, right. I mean, it makes sense. You're kind of like watching it, and Ted's ready to pounce.
That's a 16, my friend.
Yeah, you catch it. You take 2 damage because it is a ball of flame, but you hear like a little squealing. It's kind of a like I don't. It's almost too high pitched. It's like someone blew a dog whistle that was kind of broken, so you can kind of hear the noise, but not really.
You just killed a fire, baby.
You think a cat would hear a dog whistle?
It's it's like that's the example I'm using. You know, it's
Cats and dogs have different
too
frequencies.
high of a frequency, but you hear a little bit of a
I woke up like a shot.
Squealing.
Are cats the one that are more sensitive to sound, or is it dogs that are more sensitive?
I think it depends on the breed.
On the sound.
Yeah, that too.
Fair enough. But
and if the dog is deaf,
dogs really like Barry White.
As you're looking at it, you could almost make out like a face.
With it. Oh.
Well,
Hello.
yeah. I mean, if you wanted, I mean.
No, I tell it hello.
It kind of struggles a little more, but stops screaming.
Are Sorran and Apollo awake because of the screaming?
It's not like a real screaming. It's making its screaming noise. So no, you guys wouldn't be unless
I'll look up at Uki and I tell him just yeah, I caught it.
Are you still holding on to it?
Yes.
Take 2 more damage.
Do you have like chainmail armor or something? They could like put gloves on.
Your fur around your hands, your paws are also starting.
Could you just hold it by the tips of your claws?
Yeah.
So you took 4 damage just for holding this thing. I
had to roll high enough to get burnt by it the first time. But yeah, so I did recite to Uki that I had it.
Yeah, you earned that damage.
I see that. Is it hurting you by any chance?
No. I'm on fire. No, yeah, there's like
you're smoldering a little bit. Like your fur is definitely what it once was there.
Yeah, it turns out Earth is more of a fire hazard than you realize.
Yes, it is. He is burning my hands.
I'll put out my hand so I can hold it because I have fire resistance.
I consider it for a second before finally handing it over.
You hand it over, and now are you just putting your hands out, or are you going to like grab it?
I'm going to put my hands out so we can place it in them.
Okay, so it doesn't be able to get out. I gotcha.
No, I mean I'm going to put them out like that.
So you place it in his hands, and it kind of scrambles a little bit as if it's trying to like get away. Now that it's out of the cat's hands.
No, I don't do that.
I guess a cat's paw would be pretty cold for that kind of thing, huh?
Pretty cold. Oh well, yeah. I mean, fire consumes it, so it would just make it hot. So. Well,
I'm just thinking like if it's a sentient thing, then it would probably like prefer the fire Genasi holding it.
I see how it is. What about my nice warm fur?
Kyle, you could make a dex save to try and catch it, or like I said, it's kind of squirming as soon as.
What are you chucking it?
He pretends to chuck it, and Jordan goes running off that direction.
Serious? I think that's like that is a 6.
Yeah, it actually it's able to scramble up out of your hands. It actually runs up your arm and kind of is hiding on your head, the top of your head.
I fight the urge to pounce.
It's obvious he's like trying to get away from the cat that was holding it.
Right.
Friend.
I'll in one of my hands I'll do produce flame to create like a little flame, not like a big one, but a little one inside. That's all.
It's your friend.
Yeah, we'll say we're peaceful. We mean you no harm.
It stays put where it's at, but it's still kind of it's almost like it's shivering a little bit, like shaking. Kind of.
It's super moe.
The heck's a moe?
I don't know. I heard it in a book.
Heard it in a book.
Right.
Heard it in a book.
Was it an anime? Or I guess a manga? Were you eating one of them there mangoes?
No, I just know a guy named Mo. How do you pronounce it?
It's slowly, unsurely, but slowly kind of crawls down your arm and into your hand with the fire and kind of rubs up against it.
All right.
Starts cradling it.
They're making babies.
Fire baby.
I'll ask if it has a name.
It just kind of squeaks at you. It seems like there's recognition, but it can't communicate back to you. So it just kind of squeaks in your general direction.
What if it has a mother that is looking for it?
Maybe. I will use telepathy.
Do you have? Can I have the ruling of that? The exact wording on it?
No.
If you use
a
fireball, it dies.
I get to talk to people. It's the ultimate social skill.
Even if they don't want to listen.
Yeah. I send the fireball a text.
All right.
That's second. Anyway, it's the ability of community with telepathy.
You can't just read it under your breath. There's people, well, they're not watching, but there's people that could potentially watch one day.
At second level, your mind awakens to the ability to communicate via telepathy. You could telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 120 feet of you in this manner. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic messages. But the creature must be able to understand at least one language or be telepathic itself.
Does fire know languages?
Well, apparently it squeaks and stuff, so it has some type of verbal communication.
Yeah.
Well,
that last part
squeak.
Is the part that I actually needed because it. All right, what are you saying with your telepathy?
I'm gonna eat you.
No,
fire.
I'll ask it if it understands me.
It squeaks at you kind of excitedly. It's a baby. It can barely speak. So yeah, yes, you can speak to it telepathically, but you're not going to get much of a better response. It's a baby. It doesn't know how to properly speak.
It does that thing that little kids do, where it just pulls its shirt over its head and walking around and grabs.
But it seems to be able to understand you to a degree.
Or a degree. All right.
Third degree.
Like at an emotional level?
I get it. A degree.
I pounce onto the one sleeping bag holding my two friends, and I recite to them that we have a new friend.
Sorran and Apollo are both down to their drawers.
You hear that noise? That's Sorran snoring.
But yeah, I jump onto him like freaking Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
I kind of open one eye and look at whatever is going on.
We have a new friend here.
If either one of you want, you can make a wisdom save to prevent waking up.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
I can't wake up.
Wake me up inside me.
No, I'll just kind of have a little look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I might as well look.
You open your eyes and you see
one eye. I do that thing that you do in the morning. One eye when it's too bright and you're like, oh.
When you physically can't open the other eye.
Yeah.
It's still a little dark, but it's nearing morning. The sky's getting a little lighter. And you see Uki looking at fire in his hand. And it looks like they're deep in a conversation, but no words are being exchanged.
I look at Earth and say, is this some kind of joke?
Apollo, not knowing what's going on, sees that...
well, you would probably see two flames on my hand.
Seeing that Uki's on fire.
It's kind of...
Yeah. Or is
Before you go and try and put it out, I am still standing on both of you.
You know that thing that cats do where they like rub up against you and stuff like that? It's doing that to the flame in your hand.
I say I'm definitely not doing that right now. I'm standing on them, staring at them again, like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I guess Apollo sees that Uki's on fire, and he starts to reach for his water skin.
I'm still not getting up.
Hey, that's not your water skin. I slap his hand.
You missed the staff.
Can I slide his hand for the staff?
for his water skin?
What for the water skin?
Staff are we talking about here?
That's what
you know what? I want to... never mind. Fuck the staff. I want the water skin.
Whoa, don't do that.
Just don't put the right
that's
side.
when we were banned by Twitch.
Nah,
at least we still got our boys at YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's when D&D shut off D&D support. Because of our playthrough.
We are sad to say that D&D will no longer exist thanks to the Saturday morning.
Due to the reactions of a certain group.
We are breaking down and dismantling Wizards of the Coast. Its entirety.
D&D never existed.
All of its subsidiaries and conglomerates will go with it.
Please go ahead and burn your player guides and DM books.
Or millions of people will be out of jobs. All right.
The thriving Twitch community is gone.
So what are you trying to do, Kevin?
I want to steal his water skin.
I haven't got one.
You said you did.
No, you said you did.
I was going to grab for the one that I have, but I just like hearing that you had one, I wanted to steal it.
I said that's not a water skin. You were grabbing something else.
Yeah. Does produce water.
So is my bag next to me?
You tell me. How do you usually sleep when you're camping out and cuddling with Sorran for the night?
I'm still standing on both of them.
Can I use my potion? Can I use my potion of weak sleep on Sorran to make him go back to sleep?
Remember whenever you said you had 6 hours of stuff written that we're only going to get through 5 minutes?
We're right on track. How do you want to do that?
I assume you can just dump it on the person and it'll work.
They have to ingest it.
That's how potions work.
Yeah.
They have to ingest it. You can't just rub it on them.
All right.
He's gonna put it on his water.
So yeah, that'd probably be a dex save.
So you would have to, if you want to try and make him drink it, or Other ways,
drink it. Drink
you
it.
have to make a sleight of hand roll against a dex save.
You could always just mention to him; it'll help him sleep and try. Okay, or just
you can
immediately do that. Talking kind of works too.
Sorry. What?
I like from my perspective, I'm just sitting there, both of them, and I just see the sleeping bag doing this.
Sorry, can I just get this clear? Can I just get this clear? Is he about to give me Hypno?
Pretty much.
No, I'm giving you chloroform.
He's giving you, yeah, it's
pretty much roofing you.
This is just kind of like anesthesia he's giving you.
Yeah.
It's minor sleep.
So maybe just chloroform, okay.
So, Kevin, what's your sleight of hand total?
Yeah, what's your guys' totals?
With the modifier, it's 19.
Scott?
19. Ha! Figure that one out.
Well, the contested winner.
Yeah, I believe Scott would avoid it.
You go. See, the thing that happens is you're forgetting one thing, Kevin, and that's you have a. How much do you weigh, Jordan?
836 pounds. I don't know. Like
it's like a hole in my chest.
Like 150 pound cat person on you. So you go to try and do that, and just you knock into earth a little bit, and you get a little bit on his like chin and kind of shoulders. So Scott, Kevin just tried to pour some random.
He just tried to drug you
down your throat.
Yeah,
missed. But
I'm just imagining like Apollo like through some PTSD from previous spy work. He's just like he's like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's just doing it.
I roll over and go to sleep. I roll over and go to sleep. No, I kind of wipe whatever is on my face off my face. And still with one eye open, I roll over and just stare at him.
That happens, Kevin.
Apollo seems a little spoon position.
I try and get the cat off me and stand.
Jordan, you gonna let him up or?
No, I licked the potion off my face and fell asleep on him.
Wait, do I still have potion, or is that gone now?
It probably depends on how much you tried to make him drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, how strong were you going for, anyway?
I don't know. I assumed like a drop would do something on him.
It's assumed that potions, besides health potions, I believe, have 10 uses. Like poisons and stuff like that have 10 uses, okay. I believe. So...
Is it the same with healing potions? Because we've been very underused.
Okay. No, it's like poisons.
Yeah, health potions are you pop it and you drink it.
You drink it. Ones like that, you can drop a couple. So it's assumed they have 10 things. Depending on how much you wanted him to sleep would depend on how much you tried to drop in.
Let's say 1 dose, so I guess I have 9 uses left.
Sure.
But now I'm nice enough to jump off.
You are nice. All right, so you do get up. Kevin's kind of scooting his ass backwards, trying to get like some sort of spoon in, and yeah.
I look at where
I feel a chub on my back.
That's the local wildlife here.
Wild is the key.
I look at where the potion was, and I ask him what would happen if I dipped my arrows in them.
You want to find out?
No.
Feel free to if you want to dip your arrows in.
It depends on if the DM would be cool with that. If it would do anything. No, like if
I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing.
That's
a
valid use of that. Yeah.
Okay, that's like a legit thing, like poison dipped arrows.
I'm not gonna do it now. I'll do it whenever we're in conflict. But yeah,
fair enough. For the record, I believe it takes a turn, an action, to dip and like say an arrowhead.
So that's something we would do.
That's why we'll be like, we're coming up on a potential camp. Then we'll be like,
yeah,
I'm gonna dip it in the liquids.
We'll do it at the.
I think once you dip an arrow in poison or something, it stays there for like an hour or two.
Yeah, so you should be fine. I'm just making you aware.
Okay.
We're in a combat situation and you want to do that. Go ahead, Scott.
I am going to wander over and have a little look at whatever Uki is holding in his hands.
I'm also curious while that entire whatever was happening, what conversation might have happened between the fire and the fire, to the fire and the flames.
I suppose that's up to
because there'd probably be a while before the Three Stooges make their way over to him before he got interrupted by us. Because then all story progression that's going to happen with that little thing is going to die off.
You act like I have story progression in my stories.
This is just gonna result in I'm just gonna try to fuck with it as much as I can.
Okay. Good. All right.
Yeah. Well, while those two were doing their thing, I would probably be pointing to them and say,
"Avoid."
Say friends,
bad
friends, and funny, and not harmful.
Funny, but not haha funny.
Yeah. Kind of like sad clown funny.
You hear noise from it that, I mean, it's rhythmic enough that you can kind of understand it to be laughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So laughter from Final Fantasy X. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Okay. Sure.
That dank meme of him laughing.
Dank.
Yeah.
You forget I'm old. I don't know these memes.
That's a game from 2001.
So?
Yeah, but memes weren't invented until 2017.
Yeah, but that was like
I'm going to wander over and I'm going to try and have a little look at what we're looking at.
Okay. You wander over and you see what looks to be two flames in Uki's hand. One is on a fixed point. It's kind of just sitting there, and the other
one's
kind of
like in my middle, kind of like in the middle of the palm.
Okay.
And the other one seems to be like moving around. The closer you look, it's almost as if it's alive. You could almost kind of make out a face in the flame.
It's in a diaper crawling around.
I asked one,
it's in a fire diaper.
I asked One Earth if I can borrow his magnifying glass.
As you walk up, the flame kind of shies away from Scott, kind of closer to you, Kyle. Just kind of almost a reassurance type of thing.
Yeah.
Magnifying glass.
Thanks, man.
Apollo's also following behind Sorran.
You were trying to
play the tax, Kevin. Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I'm just following you to the place.
The place and the thing.
Can I also take my Bunsen burner out?
Sure. You take your Bunsen burner out.
I turn it on.
You turn it on, and the flame like.
Do you have a Bunsen burner?
I do. I got it from the laboratory.
Yeah. Oh, he
stole it. Yeah. That's where he got his potion as well.
I mean, I know the potion. I didn't know he stole it. Bunsen burner. But how would you turn that on?
Magic.
It's a magical Bunsen burner. There's a little button.
They didn't have propane back in the day. Yeah, butane.
It's basically a create flame spell in a.
All right,
nice
that's like
a magic infused college.
King of the Hill would not do well in this type of environment.
No.
Arcane and arcane accessories.
Yeah, so what can I make out from the creature? What's Apollo's impression of it so far? Because I don't know if he knows it's a baby or not.
You could do a roll to
or
find out.
Can I ask Wookie like what this is?
Or you could ask Wookie what this is.
You have to ask the
DM. Can I talk?
Can I talk to my my compatriots?
Yeah, Wookie. What
no,
what
you
is
don't
that?
have the talking stick.
Scott,
my performance isn't high enough to talk to.
I believe this is some type of young fire elemental.
Fire emblem.
Okay.
Fire Emblem 3D.
I set a low flame on the Bunsen burner and put it next to and give it to Uki.
Can I do some kind of history or arcana check to figure out whether fire elementals start young, or if they are just created as fire elementals?
Sure, I'll check Volo's guide.
Nice.
Turns out I have no idea what a fire elemental is.
Nice.
Sounds like you don't know what fire is.
No.
Yeah.
Well, see, you do remember hearing something, Scott, way
This is
back
the weirdest
when,
goblin I've ever seen.
that fire elementals, they're almost just like us humans. They get pregnant and they have birth, but the thing is, they have to do water births. So they go out into the middle of the ocean and birth out their fire spirit into the middle of the ocean.
I start to tell all these guys that, and then I stop for a second and wonder what happened between if a fire elemental and a water elemental had an affair.
Turns out Sorran's a fan of Blue Planet.
I am
I
actually.
believe.
They make a steam elemental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steam Elemental.
Yep.
Oh man, what if there was like Blue Planet for like D&D creatures? That'd be pretty dope.
Here we
It
have.
would probably be a lot more exciting.
Here we have the
Probably would.
owl
Yep.
bear.
Although the last episode I watched was literally I saw a bird snatch a fish out of a puffin's mouth. It was really sad.
Don't give away the ending.
What?
Spoilers.
He didn't. The fish makes sweet, passionate love to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I know nothing about this thing. I throw the magnifying glass back to the cat.
Kyle, Paulo just handed you a Bunsen burner. So, yeah.
Can you put the elemental on the Bunsen burner? We can have it as a pet.
I'm pretty sure it has a family, as it tried to
Fuck the family.
run
Where's
away
family
from
now?
us.
Where's family now?
Can I make a stealth check, please?
No.
Sure, for what?
I'm wondering where this is going.
Sneaking back to my bed to go back to sleep.
What's your plus?
I'm an excellent
19.
cook. I 19.
You sneak off back to bed.
But this time round, I make sure I'm cuddling all of my equipment, all of my possessions, everything.
You have wrapped yourself
Yeah.
up in the tightest possible cocoon that can be.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. And you're actually going to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, you drift off. Your last thought to yourself is, it's getting kind of light out. But you drift off to sleep.
Apollo to the group's like, well, I think we're all awake now, so I think we should head to town.
I randomly feel like going back to the bed and sleeping for no reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
This is the rest of the game. We're just like in a cycle of trying to get down and sleeping.
Yeah.
You're lucky. I almost used the return book.
That'd be great.
That would have been hilarious.
That's a lot of work for Jesse, though.
I would have loved to seen you do that.
And then smash his head on his desk.
Yeah,
when he
and
comes back.
smash your head in your desk.
Throw Jesse for a loop.
Or infuse in it. I'm not sure.
So what's up, guys?
I'm gonna.
Soren's asleep, but you guys don't know that. Kevin just suggested that you guys get an early start on the day.
Well, now I'm hurt, so I need to sleep again so I can get my health back.
Another 8 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Night falls.
Yeah, it depends on how generous the DM wants to be with that. If he just wants to give you like the rest of your 3 hours of sleep.
No.
How long is a short rest?
Before all that, you could consider this a short rest if you wanted to spend some hit die. That's I would be agreeable to. But you would need another 8 hours sleep to get another long rest.
Okay, I want to do that.
Have I had a long rest by now?
Yes.
Good.
Everyone had a long
I'm
rest
still
by the
asleep.
time they woke up. Yeah, you are still asleep. They don't know that though.
In my sleep, I say out loud, "Oh, fear, beaver, get off!" And I'm waving my hands around in the cocoon that I've made.
As you're doing that, kind of the cocoon loosens a tiny bit. Your backpack kind of pushes a little further away from you, but you're still pretty much wrapped up.
Can I walk over to Sorran?
You don't realize you can make a perception check to notice that he walked away, but at this point in time, you pretty much believe that he's right next to you.
That'd be a 21.
you notice that all of a sudden your best buddy Sorran just isn't with the group anymore.
Oh man.
I wonder where he could have gone.
So I walk over to Sorran, see that I see that he's asleep, back asleep, cuddled with all of his equipment.
You notice that he's not with the group. You can make a perception check to see if you notice that, but you did notice that he's not with the group anymore. He's just kind of.
Can I just look back to where we were sleeping and see if he's there?
Okay, you see his bedroll. It looks to be kind of crumpled up, almost like in a ball.
Okay.
Maybe he's in it. Maybe it's just crumpled.
Maybe it's...
All right.
You can make a perception roll to determine either way.
All right.
Or
this is like a bad dream. I need to wake up. I need to wake up now. Oh 21. God! Come on.
As all his best rolls go.
As you look closer, you notice a little tuft of hair from the top. There's like the leather of a shoe coming from one end of it.
The same end as the hair.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, I'm just kind of watching him wander around over there.
It does look like.
So I don't think I ever described how it looks, but I have the two scimitars from the last encounter that we have. And you remember how I have the arm still stuck on it? I'm just imagining it just flopping around every time I walk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really flop around too much.
So
rigor did set in, so I mean, it's less floppy now, but it's not smelling pleasant.
Alright, I'm gonna have to get some bandages when we go to town. Can I walk up to Sorran, or where
of course you can,
the knapsack, and just start like hitting the naps bed kit.
The bedroll.
Do you want to try again?
The
bedroll. I just start smacking it with the arm.
He rolled a 1 on his history check there to remember what it was called.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like trying to hurt him. I'm just like.
Yeah, you're trying to wake him up.
Yeah.
Or be
with the arm side. That's rotting.
Scott, give me a will save, I guess.
He wakes up, you're like, look, I gave you a hand job.
Why did he do Mickey Mouse's voice?
Because it's a puppet.
Oh, I see.
Oh boy, I gave you.
For Apollo?
What am I doing? Sorry? A wisdom
save. Wisdom, yeah.
7.
Let's just say you didn't make it.
You're oddly awoken by like a forceful tapping. You're not quite sure. It feels like someone's hitting you with something.
You wake up and I'm tap dancing on you.
I wake up with one eye open.
It's not the most pleasant smell.
And I kind of look round, like, what the hell's going on? And then I roll over and see a hand coming towards my face.
Well, no, because the hand's still on the scimitar. So
yeah, it's like the bloody stump, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it had a bloody stump. Well, coagulated.
It's like in slow motion. I go, no!
Roll a con save. No.
You have syphilis.
No, the arm now has syphilis.
Traded syphilis.
TB.
I really want to go with an idea where every battle I get a new weapon just from like chopping off people's arms.
Eventually, we just make a person and you use that.
Yeah.
Just throw it at him.
Okay, I'm gonna.
He wakes you up with an arm.
I'm gonna get up and pack up all my stuff, and ask if we know where this little thing came from, or where his home is.
I was born with it.
He's gone now.
Is he?
When Apollo went to do his thing, I turned the Bunsen burner.
You turned the Bunsen burner off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Made
it killed him.
My hand a bit brighter for the little guy.
Right.
So, time to go home, and I'll place my hand down on the grass.
Just crush him.
For him to scurry back home.
Okay, he hops off your hand, and is just kind of hopping around, little circle.
All right.
Not like in a planned circle or anything, just kind of hopping around.
Yeah.
Like, almost looks like a puppy or a kitty.
Chase you, Burns, don't chase you. Burns. Don't chase you, Burns. Don't chase you, Burns. That's what they hear in me saying out loud.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he got off of my hand, I extinguished my flame.
That's fair.
And then he's not going back into the forest. He's just sticking around.
You just see the bird forest.
You look over, and it looks like he found a little stick, and he's actually just kind of munching on it a little bit.
Munching on
Adorable.
Adorable.
Sticks?
Yeah. It's like it's like Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle.
I rush over and try and get the staff from
staff
from Dr. Wiener.
I mean, you could try.
I
described to him that it eats sticks, and I asked
as he
if
runs towards me, I say, "Did you hear that?"
What?
Yes.
And I point towards the tree line, and I say,
"Hey,
there is
wonderful
a mouse over there," and there's like a.
He doesn't need a deceit check. I sprint.
There's a mouse over there, and I make a squeaking noise with the staff.
I'm already gone
in the distance.
Well, I'm still next.
You know, as soon as that happens, actually, everybody can hear what sounds like a mouse squeaking from the direction that
Good, because I'm sprinting there.
Yeah, you're off and running.
While Sorran does that, can I do a sleight of hand to take the staff?
I search for a mouse.
Holding the staff. You can't.
Well,
you can't.
My history.
Staff out of my hands by.
Well, you know my history of rolling really well.
Okay.
When I don't need to.
Is that a nature check or a survival check or what to try and find a mouse? I guess nature.
Survival, I reckon.
Or perception or insight.
It's one of the three, that's for sure.
I can see you having been hunting mice or something, so using that skill. I guess nature could work too, whichever's higher.
Yeah, then 20.
You're sure it's somewhere right around here. You don't even see tracks of it. It's interesting. This must be like some sort of ghost mouse or.
Man, so I can't even find a normal mouse. I rolled a
freaking.
I got a 20. I can't even find a mouse.
you find a rat instead.
What's a brother got to do to find a mouse around here?
That's not a mouse. This is a gerbil.
Gerbil tastes gross.
I point in a different direction and go gerbil, and there's a gerbil noise come from the other side of the trees.
You're keeping track of those, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Right.
So what are those? What does that sound like, Scott?
It's got a sore throat.
That's very convincing.
Thanks,
it also has a tiny, cute little machine gun.
I don't know what kind of noise a gerbil makes.
I have no idea.
Like a cuter mouse noise.
Yeah, it's a higher pitch one.
Oh,
yeah.
I gambled. Sorry. Okay.
I searched for the gerbil.
I bend down. I bend down to look at the little
16.
Thing.
You know what? It's the weirdest thing. You swear you heard it right over here, like clear as day. But there's no hole. There's no.
I'm wasting all my good rolls on something I can never achieve.
Kind of. What are you trying to do, Scott?
I'm going to bend down to the little thing in the most the nicest way possible to stop him from being scared, and say, "Do you want to go home, little buddy?"
That would scare me.
It kind of looks up at you, and it kind of squeaks excitingly, and then goes back to munching on its.
Okay.
I mean, if a giant professor asked you, "You want to go home, little buddy?" What would you say?
I start walking towards the town.
The new Eddie Murphy film.
Giant professor.
Honey, I Shrunk the Fire Elemental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe everything's been shrunk. Anyway, I start walking towards the.
You walk into a tiny town.
Yeah.
He starts walking
like a model village.
You realize it wasn't far away. It was just straight there.
But it's.
Takes 10 steps and kills everybody.
Campaign over at the end.
That town's miles away.
Oh.
I was talking about this today. There's a scene. Do you ever see Father Ted? Father Ted is like this horrendous like comedy program, but one of the priests is like really stupid, and they're sitting on in a caravan, and one of the fathers Father Ted has got a little cow, and he's going, "Small cow," and he points out the window at some cows in the distance. He goes, "Really far away cow," right? and Dougal just goes, "Nope, they're the same size. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me."
Anyway. Sounds like Kevin's character.
Yeah, I vaguely know what you're talking about, Scott, because I think I've heard that.
Okay, before. I'm going to just start walking towards the town, pick up all my stuff, and head off.
You are walking
and
towards
see if
the
that
town
thing follows us or not.
I'm going to call to Earth and tell him we're heading to town.
Earth, heading to town. Your cell phone starts ringing, and I think he's frozen.
Uki, calling Earth.
Yeah.
Uki, calling Earth.
Earth to Earth.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. That's in my mind, right?
He called. He called.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I thought this was in my mind, so I'm just sitting there like I don't know. Okay.
No, he's just like, hey.
Oh.
Well, in your mind, that's what you.
In my mind, I'm hearing him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I go.
All right, so you're all headed off towards the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. As you walk, little flame guy kind of following you guys along. You know, guy stops here or there, sees something that it gets him excited. Maybe he runs over to the little bit of grass and kind of plays around in it, finds another stick, munching it. But he's kind of following you guys along.
We're by the forest. How's he just finding?
Apollo throws a wizard collection card down because it's made out of cardboard.
Okay.
I pick it up.
Okay.
I always wanted a holographic Dumbledore.
And you have the special collector's edition foily version.
Dumbledore the Gay.
I like to think that Apollo doesn't care about the rarity of the cards. He just likes the design on the back a lot.
Where it says all the stats. He likes the words.
No, like
those are pretty.
You know, like in TCG games, like they have the back so that you can't see.
I got it.
He just likes the back. Yeah. He just likes the back design. The same design on every card.
Yep. All right, so you're headed off towards the town. You start getting a little closer. If anyone wants to do perception checks as far as what they see in the town or whatever or anything.
Oh, boy, I'm chock full of persuasion. Or
persuasion?
Perception.
What are we persuading?
I'm persuading the air to let me breathe.
Oh, okay.
12.
It's a battle I win constantly. Oh, did we all 12 and yeah.
You all got like 12?
Yeah, I got a 12. I don't have any modifiers.
I got 12.
I got a thing.
A thing. With the thing.
I win.
You did win.
Jordan, well, as you start getting closer, you're the only one who notices, like, the town starts to take shape. Like, you're getting close enough to see details and distinctly notice kind of where the main street goes, like that's into town. You see two goblins on either side, both holding crossbows, just kind of standing there, relaxed. They look like I don't know how to put it. Like the guards who haven't seen any action in probably 3-4 years. So they go through the motion. They're just kind of standing there, not really.
Clearly, this town has no brothel.
So I just kind of look over while we're walking and go, ooh, goblin people, to where everybody in the group can also hear. Or I guess I'd say goblinoids.
Kobolds.
You say what you say.
I did. Ooh, goblinoids.
Ooh, hobgoblins.
How do they look?
Yeah.
They have pointed ears, and they're short.
They're a fan of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, so they look like the goblin from those movies.
Like the actor or like the costume? Because one's much more terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them looks like...
And it's not the costume.
Answer.
One of them looks like Harry Osborn, the other one looks like the goblin.
From
some of the first one.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Willem Dafoe. That's all right.
Are we going to keep walking towards said goblins? We don't know if they're friendly or horrible, do we?
No, there's no way to know if they're bad.
Let's keep going.
We should.
Only one way to find out, but we should be on guard.
Well, they're on guard.
All right, guys.
Maybe someone should stealth off the beaten track.
But Jess was about to say roll initiative.
If we had a rogue, maybe someone should stealth.
If only.
Did it changed over for you guys?
Can I have a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Sorran?
I see the guards.
Yeah, you're not like that close to them. That's just representing what you guys see from afar. That's kind of, you see the road into the town, and like I said, two guys
We're so
on either
far
side.
that the map hasn't generated.
Pretty much, yeah. So you're still far enough away if you want to plan sneaky stuff or anything like that. I'm just showing you what you see. What are we doing, folks? Or actually, you know what? Do we want to take a break here before we do anything else? It seems to be about that time anyway.
Yeah, can do.
Is it about that time, Scott?
It's an hour and a half. We probably were streaming before going live for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so hour and 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody.
Good.
Hope you stick around for it.